In this class, I am going to discuss about Chapter 1 Number System Exercise 1.4. So, in the exercise, we are having these questions. In the question number 1, we want to classify the following numbers as rational or irrational. So, in the introduction class, I already discussed about the various types of the numbers. In the various types of the numbers, we are having rational numbers and irrational numbers. So, just I am giving some basic idea about the rational numbers. Rational numbers are expressed in the form of P upon Q. And PQ are what? PQ are integers. And Q should not be equal to 0. So, they are called what? Rational number. And जो rational नहीं होंगे, they are called what? Irrational number. So, in this question, we want to classify which one is the rational or which one is irrational. So, for solving these questions, we require some operations are there. So, operations of real numbers are given there. By using these operations, we can easily to classify rationals and irrational numbers. So, before solving these questions, I am just going to discuss about operations on real number. Real numbers. What about the real number? Whatever numbers we are studying, these all are the real numbers, and real numbers are combination of rational and irrational number. All numbers. Rational numbers are having natural numbers, whole numbers, all integers, terminating decimal expansion, non-terminating repeating decimal expansion are rational number, and remaining one condition is there, non-terminating, non-repeating are called irrational. So these all integers and decimals, these all are what? Real numbers. So we are having some operations are there. Now the first operation, the sum or difference of a rational number or an irrational number is irrational. Now observe, what is this operation? Sum or difference of a rational number and an irrational number. I want to do sum and difference. I am observing sum first. So, sum of a rational number and an irrational number. I am taking rational number. 2 is a rational number and root 2 is, I am taking 2 is a rational and root 2 is irrational. One rational, one irrational. Its sum will be what? Rational or irrational? So it is the standard sum or difference of a rational number and irrational number is irrational. One rational number, one irrational number, sum or difference will be irrational. How? I am having two rational number, 2 is a rational, 2 is a integer, and all integers, I already discussed it, all integers are what? Rational numbers. So 2 is a rational number and root 2 is a irrational. So we are adding both. Then result will be what? Rational or irrational? Irrational. How? Just I am doing there. 2 and root 2 can be written as, the value of the root 2 is 1.414 and so on. Yes or no? Once we add, result will be 3.414 and something. So result is the irrational. This result, it is non-terminating, non-repeating. This is non-terminating, getting infinite values. Once we add, we will get this one, dot dot dot, it is going to infinite. So non-terminating, and after point we are getting different values, so it is the irrational. So we can say addition of one rational and one irrational will be irrational. Clear? Now I am doing subtraction of these numbers. 2 minus root 2. I am having one rational 2 and irrational root 2. I want to subtract. And what will be the result? 2 minus 1.414. Once we subtract this one, 1.414, value of root 2 is what? 1.414 something. Once we subtract, what we will be getting? Whatever result, this will be what? Irrational. Once we subtract, we can subtract like this: 2.000, 1.414 and so on. I am just taking these three digits after point. 10, 1 borrowing there, 10 minus 4, 6, 9 minus 1, 8, 9 minus 4, 9 minus 4, this will be what? This 9 minus 4 will be 5, 5 plus 4, 9, and there will be 0 and so on. So this is what? Non-terminating, non-repeating. After point we are getting different values up to infinity. So it is a irrational. This one is irrational. This one is also irrational. So what we can say? Observe. What is the first operation? Irrational. First operation, operations of real numbers we are discussing there. The sum or difference. Observe, the sum or difference of a one rational and one irrational number will be irrational. I proved there. Addition of one rational, irrational. Subtraction of one rational and irrational. Getting or not? Yes. Now next one, second operation. What about the second operation? The product or quotient. Quotient means division. I already discussed it. Ratio is a division or quotient. So product or quotient of a non-zero rational number. Non-zero. Product and quotient of non-zero. Except 0. Not 0. Without 0, once we do product and quotient of a rational numbers with an irrational number. Product or quotient of a non-zero rational number. One number is a non-zero rational, not 0. Now for product or division, we will take one non-zero rational, not 0. We cannot use 0, without 0. Without 0, other rational numbers we can be take like 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 1 by 2. We cannot use 0. So product or quotient of a non-zero rational number with an irrational. One is rational. Now what we are doing? Product or quotient, product or division of one non-zero rational number but except 0. 0 को छोड़कर, without 0 we cannot use 0 number. So without 0 rational with an irrational, we will do product or quotient. Result is what? Irrational. How? Prove it. Yes. Now I am going to prove this one also. The product. First I am doing product. The product of a non-zero rational number. First I am taking non-zero rational number, then I will take zero rational number. Then what will be happening? Non-zero rational number. I am taking non-zero rational number. Non-zero means 2 is a non-zero. Yes, 2 is a integer and it is a rational number and it is a non-zero. And product with rational number. A product of a non-zero rational number with an irrational. Product with irrational. Root 2. Root 2 is a irrational. Result will be 2 into root 2, 1.414. Once we product, what value we are getting? Result will be, once we do the product, this will be 8 to 8.2 and so on. After point we are getting different values up to infinity. So it is non-terminating, non-repeating. So what we can say? this one is irrational number. This is irrational number. This is irrational number. So product of one non-zero rational and one irrational, result will be what? Irrational. Now what will be happen when we take zero as a rational? Zero is a rational. If 0 is an integer and integer, all integers are the rational number. So once we take 0 as a rational, then multiply by irrational, result is 0. It is a property. Whenever we multiply any number to 0, then result will be 0. So 0, and this is what? Rational. This is what? Rational. So what we can say? Non-zero rational number. The product of non-zero rational number with irrational number, result is irrational. But once we take 0 and irrational, result is rational. So in this sentence we are using the product or quotient of a non-zero rational number with an irrational number. Non-zero, we cannot use 0. If we use 0, we are getting rational. So non-zero rational number with irrational, result will be irrational. Clear? Now I am going to do division. What about the division? Now I am taking division. Division quotient of a non-zero rational number with an irrational. So once we do root 2, this is irrational, and divided by 2, result will be 1.414 something. It is divisible by 2. Once we divide, we will getting result, and this result is irrational. Yes or no? We will getting non-terminating, non-repeating, and this result will be irrational. Once we take as a 0 as a rational, this is a irrational, and 0 as a rational. Non-zero we are taking there. Non-zero rational number and irrational, division will be irrational. But irrational and 0 we are taking infinity, and this is not defined. This is not defined. This is not defined. Or once we do 0 upon root 2, and result will be 0, and this is rational. So what we are doing? We are taking non-zero rational number and one irrational, result product or quotient result will be irrational. This is the second operation of on real number. On real number we are discussing the operations, different operations. First one is sum or difference of a rational number and one rational number. Sum or difference of a rational number and an irrational. Rational and irrational sum or difference will be irrational. Product of one non-zero rational without 0, except 0, and irrational, result will be irrational. Clear? Once we know these, we can easily to classify rational or irrational. Exercise 1.4. This is a 1.4 exercise of your chapter first. So in this we can easily to identify the result. We can find the result. Now third one. If we add, subtract it. Third one. If we add, subtract, multiply or divide two irrational, add, subtract, multiply, divide of two irrational, the result may be rational or irrational. Once we add, subtract, multiply and divide of two irrational. Now I am taking some example. Now I will take irrational number. Root 2 plus root 3, root 2 minus root 3, root 2 into root 3. Root 2 divided of root 3. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of two irrational. Root 2 and root 3 are irrationals. Irrationals, result will be add, subtract, multiply, divide of two irrational, result will be maybe rational. Rational भी हो सकता है और irrational भी हो सकता है. Once we add both, what we are getting? Irrational. How? Root 2 is a 1.414 plus, sorry, up to infinity it is going, plus 1 point root 3, 1.7 something, 1.7 something, 32, 1.773. How we are getting the value? Whatever value we are having, 1.7 something. Once we add both 1.414 and 1.7 something, we add, result will be what? Irrational. What will be the result? Result will be irrational. And subtract of this one, we are getting what? Irrational. What? Irrational. Multiply, we will get irrational. Multiplication will be what? Root a into root b. This can be written as root of 2 into 3, and this will be root of 6. And root of 6 will be what? Irrational. This is irrational. And divide once we do, it can be written as 2 upon 3. Divide this one and solve the square root. Whatever result will be irrational. Irrational. So in these questions, what we are doing, we add, subtract, multiply and divide of two irrationals. Result may be rational or irrational, but their result will be irrational. Result will be what? Irrational. Irrational. Its result is also irrational. We are adding, subtracting, multiplying like this. So two irrationals, result may be rational or irrational. Now in this situation, we are getting irrational result. Now when we will get rational situation? Yes, observe. When we will get this one? I am having some examples there like this. Observe. If we are having root 2 into root 2, we are multiplying two irrational. Once we multiply, this can be written as root of this. This formula is applicable. Root of AB, this is a log of radicals. This is what? Log of radicals. Root of AB can be written as root of A, root of B. So this is the A is the 2, B is the 2. So this can be written as root of A into B, 2 into 2. And this one root of 4, and its value is 2. And this is what? Rational number. This is the example of rational. So once we multiply two irrational, result may be rational or irrational. In this situation we are getting rational. Before this one we are getting what? Irrational. Now divide, I am doing division. 0 upon 2 irrational. Root 2 divided of root 2. Both are cancelling and we are getting 1. And this is what? Rational number. This is what? Rational. Clear? Adding. Now addition and subtraction. Root 5 minus root 5. Result is 0. Yes or no? Result is 0. This is rational number. Adding. Root 5 plus minus root 5. We are adding. Root 5 is an irrational number and negative of root 5. Minus of root of 5. This is also an irrational number. We are adding both. Result will be what? 0. So 0 is a rational number. So in this way, I explained all the operations of on real number, and I hope you are getting these operations carefully. Observed all? Now, what about the question number 1? I am just going to explain this question. First question, classify the following numbers. What is the question number 1? I am going to explain this one. Classify the following numbers as rational or irrational. By using these operations, we can classify. Question number 1. What is the question number 1? 2 minus root 5. We are subtracting. I am writing there. First one is 2 minus root 5. 2 minus root 5. We are subtracting one rational and irrational. Subtracting of difference of a rational and irrational number is irrational. So from this operation we can say result will be irrational. Result will be irrational. This is the answer of this question. By the operation we can directly say one rational, one irrational, result will be this one. How? Once we solve 2 minus this root 5 value 2.236 and so on. We subtract, we are getting non-terminating, non-repeating value, and that is what? Irrational. Now second one, I am taking there 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. Observe this question carefully. This is the bracket. So first we will, by using board mass, we will solve the bracket. So I am going to solve this bracket 3 plus root 23, then minus of root of 23. This plus root 25, this minus root 25, both will be cancelled to each other. Result will be 3, and 3 is what? Rational number. 3 is what? Rational. So this one is the rational. First one is the irrational. Now next, coming to 3, and what will be its solution? Observe. First 3 1, I am taking there 2 root 7 divided of 7 root 7. How we will solve? What is the meaning of this root 7? Now 2 multiply by root 7. 7 multiply by root 7, or in the multiplication we can simplify numerator and denominator. Root 7 is cancelled to this one. So we are having result 2 upon 7, and 2 upon 7 is what? P upon Q form, and P upon Q form is what? Rational number. Getting or not? P upon Q form is what? Rational number. Now fourth one is what? 1 upon root 2. 1 is the rational, root 2 is irrational. Division, quotient of a non-zero rational, 1 is the non-zero, and irrational, root 2 is the irrational. Division will be what? Irrational. Its answer will be irrational by using this operation. But once we simplify this one, we will multiply, we will rationalize this one. Now what is the rationalization? Rationalization means we will remove denominator parts square root. For removing this square root, we will multiply numerator and denominator by root 2. Like this. Then we are getting root 2 divided of root 2 into root 2, 2. Now 1.414 something divided of 2, and result will be what? Once we dissolve this one, we are getting irrational number. Result will be irrational. Result will be irrational. Now last one, fifth one, 2 pi. 2 into, what is the value of pi? 3.1415 something. Once we multiply this one, we are getting what? Multiply this one, we are getting non-terminating, non-repeating value. So this will be what? Irrational. This will be irrational. Yes or no? So in this is the rational, this is irrational, one rational, division of one rational and one non-zero rational, and irrational, product of rational and irrational. By these operations 1, 2, 3, we can easily to solve these 5 questions linked to first one. I hope you understand these things. Now I am going to explain question number 2, which is linked to simplify of some questions. So for solving these questions, first we know some algebraic identities. In your next chapter polynomials, we are having 8 algebraic identities. Out of these identities, I am having 3 there. These are the basic identities. A plus b whole square will be a square plus 2ab plus b square. How it is happening? Observe, a plus b whole square, and whole square means 2 times multiplication. It can be written as a plus b into a plus b. Now multiply these numbers. How? A will be multiplied, complete this bracket, a plus b will be multiplied by this bracket, a plus b. Then multiply, a will be distributive law. Now I am applying to distributive law. A will be multiply this one, a square, a will be multiplied by this one, ab, plus b will be multiplied this one, ab, and this will be multiplied by this one. What we are getting? Plus b square. Now solve, a square plus ab 2ab plus b square. In this way, a plus b whole square will be a square plus 2ab plus b square we can write directly. And how this a square plus 2ab plus b square is coming? After solving like this. A plus b whole square means we are multiplying 2 times, and we apply this, and then we are getting this result. So directly we can memorize this one. And how it is coming? From this way. Now next one, a minus, next one is what? A minus b whole square. There a minus b are 2 times multiplication, a minus b. Again apply product, we will multiply a from this complete bracket, a minus b. Minus b will be multiplied by this bracket, a minus b. Now a will be multiplied. Now apply distributive law. Then a into a square. This is plus, this is minus. Plus into minus, sign will be negative. Minus ab. Now minus into plus, minus b into a, ab. And minus into minus, plus b into b square. Yes or no? Yes. Now add a square minus ab minus ka 2ab plus b square. And this is what? A minus b whole square. So we can say a minus b whole square will be a minus b whole square will be a square minus 2ab plus b square, and we are getting this way. Now third one, these operations, these identities are used in the question number 2 to simplify. So first we should know these identities, how they are coming. Now a minus b, one is the negative bracket, one is the positive bracket. What will be the result? So same process I am going to solve there. A will be multiplied by this bracket, a into a plus b. Minus b will be multiplied by this bracket, a plus b. Apply distributive law. A will be multiplied by this one, a will be multiplied by this one, a square plus a into b, ab minus a into a, b into a, ab, and minus into plus minus b square. AB will be cancelled from this one. One is positive, another one is negative. So result will be a square minus b square. So we are having a minus b into a plus b will be a square minus b square. Getting or not? These are 3 algebraic identities. By using these identities, I am going to solve question number 2. Observe. Now question number first one. What is the question? 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. A plus b, again another one, but both are not same. In which 2 brackets are same, a plus b into a plus b, a minus b into a minus b, a minus b into a plus b. Now it is the having different. So we will use same process. 3 will be multiplied by this bracket, 2 plus root 2 plus root 3 plus root 3 will be multiplied by 2 plus root 2. Yes, We can write this multiplication like this. Now multiply by using distributive law. 3 will be multiplied by 2 and this will be multiplied by this one by using sign. First we multiply sign, then we will multiply numbers. So this is the positive, this is the positive. So plus 3 into 3, 6. Plus into plus, plus 3 into this one, 3 root 2. Now next one. Plus we multiply this to this one, sign is positive because both are having positive sign. This one. Plus into plus, plus root 3 into this one, root 3 into root 2. Like this. So next will be how we can write 3 to 6. 6 plus 3 root 2, 3 root 2 and this one is 2 root 3 plus this root a into root b. If we are having root a into root b, this can be written as root of ab. So by using this formula, what formula? Root of a into root of b can be written as root of ab. So we are using there, a will be 3 and b is 2. We can write this. So this will be 6 plus 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3 plus root of 6, and this is the solution. This is the solution of this question. Yes, normal we are multiplying like this. I showed this one already. So from that process we apply there and we can find the value. And this radical laws of radical is what? Root of ab will be equal to root of a into root b, and root of a upon b will be root a. Root will be split in the numerator and denominator, root a upon root b. So I use it there. Now I am going to solve next one. And what is the next one? I am writing there. Observe, then we can do carefully. Question number 2, second one. What is the question? 3 plus root 3 into 3 minus root 3. This is the similar to 3 plus root 3 a plus b into a minus b, and it is similar to this one. Yes or no? This question is similar to a plus b into a minus b, and the a plus b into a minus b, algebraic identity number 3, and this can be written as how? A square minus b square. So same we will apply there. A is what? 3. 3 square minus root 3 whole square. B is the root 3 whole square. Now 3 square will be what? 3 square will be 9 minus root 3 square. Root 3 square means what? Root 3 square, root 3 whole square, it is 2 times root 3 into root 3. Then root will be cancelled. Result will be 3. Or another way we can say, how we can say root 3 equal to root 3 can be written root 3 power 2. This can be written as 3 power 1 by 2 whole power 2. 3 power 1 by 2 whole power 2. Or now this operation a power m whole power n, and this is equal to a power laws of the exponent we discussed already. A power m whole power n means a power mn. So then what we are getting? 3 power 1 by 2 into 2, and result is what? 3 power 2 upon 2, and this is equal to 3. So 3. So we can say its result is 3. Getting or not? What I am doing? This is the a plus b into a minus b. Formula will be a square minus b square. A is 3, b is the root 3. 3 square will be 9, and root 3 square. Root 3 square means 2 times root 3 multiplication. And if same numbers in a root having 2 times, then we will remove the root. We will put the number directly, or how it is coming, we will follow this process. So now subtract 9 minus 3, 6, and answer of this question will be what? 6. Now question number third one of second question I am going to solve there. Question number 3 of question second. What is the question? Root 5 plus root 2 whole square. And what will be its solution we want? So we already know in the algebraic identity we discussed a plus b whole square will be a square plus 2ab plus b square. A is the, what is the A? A equal to root 5, b is root 2. Apply this one, root 5 square plus 2 times of root 5 into 2 times A is the root 5, b is what? This one, plus b whole square. Solve this one, root 5 square will be what? Root 5 whole square will be 2 times of the root, so we will remove root and answer will be 5. And this will be plus 2 times of root a into root b. Root a into root b can be written as root of ab, laws of radicals. By using this laws of radicals, root of ab equal to root of a into root b. So this can be written as 5 into 2, and this is same discussed in the last question. Root 2 square will be 2. So 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 2, root of 5 2 ja 10, and this is the answer of this question. Getting? Easy question. By using these algebraic identities we are solving these questions. Now last question I am taking there. Question number 4th one of question 2. How we will solve? Just observe. Question number 2, 4th one, and this is root 5 minus root 2 and root 5 plus root 2. This is the A, this is the B, this is the A, this is the B. And we discussed already A plus B into A minus B will be A square minus B square. This one. A minus B into A plus B will be A square minus B square. So this will be root 5 whole square minus root 2 whole square. Root 5 square will be 5 minus root 2 square will be 2. How it is coming? 2 times root. 2 times root means root will be cancelled to each other. How it is coming? Root 5 square. Root 5 square. Root means what? Power. Root means, what is the meaning of the root? Root is the meaning of power 1 by 2, 1 whole power. 5 power mn, we will use a power m whole power n, laws of the exponent. So 1 by 2 into 2, and this will be 5 to the power 2 by 2, result will be 5. So in this way we are getting 5. Now 5 minus 3 will be what? 5 minus 3 will be 5, not 5, 3, 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 will be what? 5 minus 2 will be 3 will be the result of these questions. So in this exercise 1.4 of number system in your standard, we are having in this chapter 5 exercise 1.1 to 1.5, almost all exercise completed. Few questions are remaining. One by one I am going to solve these all questions. So today in this class we discussed exercise 1.4 with 2 questions, question number 1 and question number 2. Question number first is based on the operation on real numbers. In the operation of the real numbers, sum and difference of a rational and irrational number. Sum and difference of a rational and irrational number, result will be irrational. And product or quotient, product or division of a non-zero rational number, non-zero without zero, we cannot use zero, non-zero rational with an irrational, result will be irrational. And third one, add, subtract, multiply or divide of 2 irrational, result may be rational or irrational. So on the basis of these operations we can solve question number 1. I given complete detailed solution of solution of these questions, so you can observe carefully. And in the question number 2, we simplify these questions. For simplifications in your class, in your subject chapter number 2 polynomials, we are having algebraic identity. Total 8 identities are given. Out of these identities, 3 identities are there. By using these identities we are solving these questions. Clear? And sometimes we require the laws of the radicals. Radicals means square root. So square root of AB can be written as, this root can be written as root of A and multiplication of root of B. And if root of A upon B, then this root will be splitted into the numerator and denominator. So that's all about exercise 1.4 chapter 1. Thank you so much.